And welcome back to Mr. Caro Plays FM24. Today we're going to look at a scouting tip, and in order to do that we need to go to scouting. Then once we're here, we are specifically going to look around this kind of range/scouting budget. Now with my Finnish team, I don't have a big budget at the second. You can see that the interesting thing about each one of these is it will kind of tell you what it will cost per month out of your budget and what it will cost for the kind of full season or the full year. So as you can see that it does vary up, and depending on this is kind of replaced to an extent some of the scouting range in previous versions. This kind of allows you to kind of see more of a visual representation of where your scouting reach is, if you like, and whether it's just in Finland, and it will still pick up players from other places depending on your scouts' recommendations, but predominantly, and if you've got any affiliations that provide that kind of scouting knowledge as well, but predominantly this has a massive effect on your scouting range. As you can see, mine at the second is Finland. If I wanted to go to Northern Europe, I'd have to put out 10k per month opposed to my 1.5k at the second. Now interestingly, you can see the scouting budget is here, which is 38,000. Now you can use your transfer budget to assist what is in this budget. So the advantage of this is if you've made a transfer, maybe it's out of a transfer window in your country. It happened a lot to me in Finland, being that the transfer windows are different here compared to, say, mainland Europe or in the UK. So it was useful sometimes to increase my kind of scouting budget over my transfer budget at that period of time, because when you're scouting players, you can kind of get an advance on what players you might want to buy, etc. So it was kind of an advantage at that period of time. So what you can do is you can use the slider and you can kind of spend and upgrade your budget. Now, obviously, in this particular case, I'm probably not going to make a massive increase on anything because I didn't have a lot of transfer budget in the first place. But obviously, if you had, say, £1 million in there, for example, and your scouting budget was quite low, you could replenish more, that and more, and give yourself kind of in reserve, if you like. Now, if you look at this, for example, now I could take maybe if I only had a couple of weeks left of a transfer window or months left before the next one, I could take it. I could pay this 30,000 per month. It wouldn't last very long. It would actually only last for a month. Or a month and a bit, perhaps, if it doesn't take it all at once. But then it would, increase the players I was able to see in that period of time. Now, obviously, with that said, it is, if you had that in, it's not an instant success, or that you can see an increase maybe in what players you can see in free transfers, etc. If in the next couple of days after selecting the next one up. Okay, so it isn't that is instant success. However, it does have success relatively quickly, so maybe even only having it for a short period of time wouldn't be a complete fail. And as you can see, all you need to do is click that. It'll probably tell you that it's going to cost that and you don't have the right scouting budget, but I'm pretty certain even then you can still increase that and it will cover a select period of time. Like now I've got world in there, and like we say, it's not going to go for very long. Okay, that's the tip today. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Hit that notification button for more videos. Thank you and goodbye.